So in just a few weeks, COVID-19 has literally shifted the way that we do business on the planet. And luckily, as online coaches or coaches who can provide their services online, people still need what we are offering, and they're actually going to need it more and more as time goes on. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to adjust your messaging so that you can be truly authentic to yourself, to your integrity during a time of global crisis. And if you haven't already, I would love if you would subscribe to my channel. And when you do so, make sure to hit that little bell, and that will notify you when I post a new video every single Thursday. As a small business owner, I've been feeling all of the emotions over the past few weeks, and maybe you can relate. I've been worried, I've been motivated, I've been sad, I've been happy. It honestly feels like a bit of an emotional roller coaster. So as an online coach, I realize that you probably have a lot of questions, and while it's really easy to panic right now, and I actually don't blame you at all for doing so, there's still a lot we can control, and there's still a lot we can do to grow our business during this crazy uncertain time. Personally, I think we can all see growth in our business, even in an economic crisis. And the truth is, there are a lot of big, great businesses that rise out of the ashes of economic crises, and that's what I want to help you to do in this video. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you 3 ways to stay authentic in your business throughout a global economic crisis. Now quickly, before we get into today's video, I just want to address thing. I know there's a lot of you who might be feeling, should I even be selling during a time like this? And the answer I'm gonna give you, in my opinion, you absolutely should, okay? So maybe there's been people shaming online entrepreneurs, online business owners for selling during this time, but to be honest, this is your business, right? This is how you support yourself, your family. This is how you pay your bills, and you have the right to do what you need to do to continue to be able to do that. And on top of this, these people who maybe think it's shameful to be selling during this time, they haven't really thought it out, because we are in an economic crisis. So we want people who can make money to make money, right? Because for example, if I don't sell, if I don't get new clients, if I don't make new course sales, then what that means is suddenly I don't have money to invest in other people's businesses. And then those other people's businesses will suffer as a result. So during this time, not only is it your right to sell and to continue growing your business, but it's also your social duty. You need to do it for the collective. So I encourage you to consider it from that perspective and know that what you're doing is actually the right thing. But that being said, things are crazy right now, and we can't just go on like we were. Things have changed. And regardless, we still do need to address COVID-19 with our clients in some way, shape, or form. And what that does mean is we may have to switch things up a little bit in order to stay more authentic and in order to stay in integrity with who we are and our brand. And that's what these 3 steps are gonna help you do. Okay, so number 1, you will need to adjust your messaging, and you will need to address coronavirus with your people. Even if you don't want to, you are gonna have to address it. You can't just go on, like I said before, like it hasn't happened, because it has, and every single person on the planet is feeling the effects of it in some way, shape, or form. Now, the cool thing about all of this is there's very much a collective connection right now. Regardless of where people live in the world, everyone is experiencing this. So we actually have the ability to relate with our fellow human beings in a way that we've actually never been able to before. And as maybe terrifying as that is, it's also kind of awesome and kind of beautiful in a bit of a different way. So it's really important that you meet your clients where they are at. Ask them how they are doing, and ask them what they actually need from you during this time. And what you might find is maybe they want you to address coronavirus, right? Or maybe they don't at all. Maybe they do just want business as usual, and that's cool, but you need to ask them in order to be able to know that. Now, of course, it's really important to be compassionate and empathetic during these times. And it's also really important to be honest, right? Because none of us know what's going on right now. In like a night, literally all of our lives got flipped upside down. We are all living in these new crazy realities right now. And you probably feel as uncertain as your audience. And it's okay to be honest about that, right? It's okay to share your struggles, because by being authentic, authentic, by being vulnerable, by being honest, you are going to be able to connect with your audience in this really deep way. And you're going to be able to relate to them maybe in a way that you've never been able to before. So what I'm saying is that it's okay to be real, it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to share your struggle and where you are right now. So you will need to adjust your messaging, and I've actually done this already. I spent the past couple weeks basically combing through all my sales pages, all my emails, and pretty much everything in my business to make sure that what I was saying was still relevant. So for example, on one of my sales pages for my upcoming course that teaches people how to launch an online group coaching program, one of the benefits of taking that course was that they could travel the world and work from a remote paradise. And right now I'm like, well, no one's really traveling the world. Nobody really wants to be traveling the world right now. So that's actually something I took off my sales page. And I completely adjusted all the messaging in my sales emails, in my nurture sequence. I went through everything just to make sure that it's still relevant. And yes, that took a bit of time, but now I feel like I'm being completely authentic and completely in integrity with my brand and my values. So number 2, you may need to adjust your offerings. Now, of course, this is going to depend on your industry, on your audience, but you definitely want to take a look at what you are offering and make sure that it is still relevant. So you may need to update them. You may need to switch them up a little bit. Again, this is really going to depend on your audience and your business, but I want you to look at everything and just make sure that it still makes sense to be offering that. And maybe there's something else you can offer right now that's really going to support them with what they are uniquely going through right now. And this is why it's really important to address coronavirus with your audience so that you know what they need. You know how you can support them. You definitely want to consider, is this going to be a time where you raise prices? And I'm not saying that it's not. Again, you are the owner, you are the boss, and you have to make these decisions, but you may decide that you aren't going to raise your prices, or maybe you're not going to raise them as much, or maybe you're going to offer additional payment plans for your clients, or maybe you're even going to allow them to pause their program until they get sorted. So during this time, customer service is king, right? So you really want to make sure that you are treating your clients in the best way you possibly in the best way you possibly can, that you are showing up for them and showing them that you care. Because when this is all said and done, they will remember that, right? And at a time where people are cutting non-essential spending, you want to really be going above and beyond and make sure that they see that what you are offering or what you are providing them is something that they really still want to keep. So for an example, in my own business, I was onboarding when this all went down, and I was onboarding students of my hair tissue mineral analysis course into my graduate membership. And this membership just basically gives them continued access to me and my team, and we help them with their client cases, help them build protocols, do some training calls each month, give them some continuing education, that sort of thing. And I was actually in an active onboarding period. And I knew this is when everything went down. So I knew people were thinking a lot about their expenses, about their money. So instead of going through with this onboard, I continued it, but what I did was I offered them a free month, because I figured I didn't want anyone to not be able to experience the membership because of finances. So I brought them all in for free, offered them a free month, and in a month from now, if they still want to be a part of the group, they can start paying. And this was something that I really wanted to do for them, but it's also a good strategy from a marketing perspective because it gives everyone a taste of what I believe to be a very awesome program, and hopefully that month sort of taste of being in the membership will be enough for them to continue. So possibly this will lead to more enrollments in the long term, even though I am taking a cut right now. So I would love to know, how has COVID-19 affected your business? I want to hear from you, so let me know in the comments below, and I would super appreciate that. The third way to stay authentic during a global crisis is to really focus on nurturing your current audience. And I kind of mentioned this before in the last step, but really nurturing and being there and serving, this is the time to do it, right? Because people are online, they're stuck at home. I don't think anyone has the excuse of I'm too busy, unless of course they have tons of kids at home and now they're just managing kids, right? Obviously there's an exception there, but a lot of people are at home, they're online. So this is actually a great time to build relationships with your audience and show them how awesome you are, how awesome your brand is, and how you were there to nurture and support them and serve them during this time. So me personally, my following on Instagram is actually growing quicker than it has in a while. And so I'm really using this opportunity to show up and be a leader for those people and help them through this time. So maybe there's some free offering that you can offer them right now. This is a great time to not only build your social media following, but also your email list. So think of how, and again, this comes back down to actually connecting with your people and asking them what they want, but ask them what they want. And maybe there is a free offer you can put together or a free training that they're gonna be super excited about that will help you get them onto your email list. So again, this is a really great opportunity to nurture and grow. And even if your business does take a hit financially during this crisis, you will have at least grown a really engaged and loving audience who will be ready to buy from you at some point in the future, right? So even if you are noticing less sales, do know that this is temporary and there is so much you can do by just showing up, being authentic, and truly deeply supporting your people during this time. Okay, so me personally, I think right now is the perfect time to consider creating and launching an online group coaching program. And if you are interested in doing that, please feel free to download my checklist. I will link to that below the video, but basically this gives you my 5-step process to creating, launching, and monetizing a group program. And basically I give you my secret strategy so that you can get one launched in the next 30 days, even if you haven't started. So grab that by clicking the link below the video. Guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you found this helpful. And if you did, it would be awesome if you would just like this video, maybe share it with someone who you know needs to hear it, or subscribe to my channel because that will tell me that you want more videos just like this one. And guys, remember that nothing is permanent, right? This situation is not gonna last forever. We will get through it. And so in the meantime, focus on what you can control and what you can do to put your business in a better position than it was before so that when this is all done, your business is still thriving.